It's finally time for regular season football here in the Blue Collar Network as the Bills start their season off in Baltimore against the Ravens, where Joe Flacco, the elite quarterback out of New Jersey, was always at the helm for them. So in the first quarter, he needs 4 yards for the first down, so in typical Joe Flacco fashion, he gets a ton more. Steve Smith goes up and gets it over Ronald Darby, and he's down inside Buffalo territory. On 2nd and goal, Forsett is stuffed. So then on the 3rd and goal, Forsett up the middle, he gets stuffed again. Huge goal line stop holds the Ravens to a field goal as Justin Tucker tucks it in for a 3-point lead. So 3-0 Baltimore. Later on in the first, the Bills get the ball. Tyrod Taylor over the middle hooks up with Listenby on the slant. He would get into Baltimore territory, and then they would settle for a field goal to tie the game up at 3. So we'll pick things up now in the second quarter, as the run game for the Bills was struggling all game long. McCoy loses 2 yards on that toss play, and then Reggie Bush gets those 2 yards back on a halfback blast. And then 3rd and 10, but luckily for the Bills, the passing game was strong all game long. On the tight end angle, Chris Gregg is wide open, gets down to the 26-yard line. Very next play, Tyrod Taylor, play action rollout. He's got Gregg open in the flats, hits him, struggles with the guy, trucks him over, gets the first down with a nice block. He gets down inside the 15, but they would settle for a field goal. Buffalo has their first lead on a 6-3 now on the field goal. They're threatening before halftime on the 13-yard line, but instead Tyrod Taylor is sacked, and Terrell Suggs picks it up at a Ball So Hard University. He's going to take it back all the way to the house because T-Sizzle, Spencer Strasmore, is not there to take him down. As the time expires, it's now 10-6 at halftime. Baltimore in the lead. So third quarter now, as LaShawn McCoy is laid out by Will Hill. He brought the hammer today, and he lays it down there, recovered by Jernigan. So Bills, 3rd and goal on the 3, pass is swatted down by Corey Graham. They settle for a field goal, makes it 13-6 Baltimore. So now, the Bills with the ball, as Tyrod Taylor hooks up with Robert Woods, as he gets a few yards after the catch as well, down to the 40. They would only get 10 more yards as Dan Carpenter has to settle for a field goal, makes it a 13-9 Baltimore lead. Pick things up in the fourth quarter now, as Joe Flacco, all the time in the world in the pocket, just standing there, chucks it all the way downfield, one-on-one fight with Steve Smith, and Ronald Darby comes out on top. Picks it off, so the Bills take over on offense. 1st and 10. Tyrod Taylor play action, goes over the middle, but throws it a bit too high, and the receiver doesn't put up a fight, so it's going to be picked off by Jimmy Smith, and the Ravens would capitalize on that turnover as they throw out a toss play, and Justin Forsett gets some nice blocking, takes it to the house, a 44-yard scamper to the end zone. 20-9 is going to be the score now as Baltimore takes an even bigger lead. So about less than 4 minutes left in the fourth now as the Bills take over. 3rd and 20. Sammy Watkins with an insane one-handed catch keeps the game alive for the Bills. And then they travel down a bit farther into Ravens territory. Taylor hooks up with Watkins, threads the needle on that corner, and then on 1st and 10 on the 14, hooks up with Listenby on the crossing route into the end zone, his first career NFL touchdown. The 6th-round pick at a TCU makes it a 20-15 score, as then Tyrod Taylor goes for 2 to make it a 3-point game, but he gets sacked. So 5-point lead for the Ravens. All the Bills need is a stop, but on 3rd and 7, Justin Forsett picks up the first down on the run, and the Bills could not stop them. So 20-15 is your final score as the Bills drop Week 1 to the Ravens by a score of 20-15, and they will start their season off 0-1 as the Ravens will start theirs off 1-0. Tyrod Taylor had a solid day though as he threw for 307 yards with a touchdown, but the INT at the end cost them as the Ravens took advantage and they ran for that huge touchdown with Forsett. Sammy Watkins had a majority of the yards from Taylor as he had 9 receptions for 133 yards on the day. LaShawn McCoy had 10 carries for 20 yards, while Mike Galissi had 5 carries for 16 yards, as nothing was going in the run game for the Bills. But something was going in the run game for the Ravens as Justin Forsett tore up this Bills run defense for 25 carries, 125 yards, and of course that 44-yard touchdown run that gave them a 20-9 lead and put this game out of reach, basically, for the Bills. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here on the Blue Collar Network. For Bills football, I have been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying, Goodbye.